Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another commentary video for League of Legends, this one featuring Brand. So this is going to be the first game that I've done featuring Brand. I was able to pick him up recently in the store thanks to a donation from a YouTube viewer named Toby. So thanks very much, Toby, for sending me the riot points that allowed me to pick up this champion. This game is taken from our most recent Tuesday game night, so you can see this is a full pre-made custom game with all people who watch this channel on YouTube. I'm playing with Varus Nox, who's playing as Olaf, along with Ixlith, who's playing as Sivir, with Cynical Brit, who's playing as Shen, and with Mark Owens, who's playing as Pantheon. You can see we're matched up against Quickly, who's playing as Warwick, with Hallow Frost, who's playing as Xinjiao, with Remedies, who's playing as Teemo, Adramelech, who's playing as Galio, and Bagarazi, who's playing as Dr. Mundo. So here we go, here are the full teams, and hopefully we'll be done loading in just a moment or two. In the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit about Brand. This is the first time that I've tried to do a game with Brand and put it up on YouTube. I think that this is the second game that I've actually played with Brand. Third game if you count one practice match against the bots. I did one practice game, played him one time online, and then this is the third time I've played him. First game was pretty mediocre, didn't really do anything of note. This game was a little bit more interesting, so I decided that I'd put this one up. And so for those of you who follow this channel, you can get to see a Brand game on my channel for the first time. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, hopefully this loading screen will be done in just about a second. There we go. And of course, since this is the first time playing his Brand, I'll go through, talk a little bit about his abilities, and go through what happened during this game as well. Now, in terms of this game, one thing I'll say right at the beginning is because I have such limited experience with Brand, hopefully you're not expecting me to be all that remarkable with Brand in this game. At certain points in time, I had some really nice plays with Brand in this game. At other points in time, I had some really stupid, like really boneheaded, dumb plays with Brand, and I'll try to point them out as I go along. So a mixture of some nice stuff and some really dumb stuff, due to the fact that, as I said, this is the third time I've actually tried to play this character. So anyway, we'll go through. Brand is a really fun character to play. He's one of the most entertaining champs I've seen come along in quite some time. One of my complaints about Riot is that I think they put out too many new champions. I think that they just oftentimes are throwing out new champs for the sake of new champs to try to make additional money, and that a lot of them would benefit from more time spent in testing. Brand, Brand could probably use a little bit more fine-tuning himself, but as far as champs go, he is really a lot of fun to play, which is based mostly due to the way his Q skill, Seer, works. So I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But while we're standing here waiting for the game to get started, let's highlight Brand's passive, which is known as Blaze. You can see here, any of Brand's spells, lightest targets ablaze, deals 2% of their maximum health and magic damage per second for 4 seconds. So basically we'll deal 8% of their maximum health and damage over the course of 4 seconds. So useful ability, useful passive. The extra damage is pretty noticeable, particularly if you get someone down to, you know, like maybe 50 health remaining, and then your passive starts ticking. There's a good chance that it'll tick down and kill them, particularly if you've got an ignite on them to shut down their healing. So it is significant. Anyway, Mark Owens is in a little bit of trouble down here, but as it turns out, he would be able to escape that. We are over here to help Varus with this blue buff, so you can see I'm going to hit it first and try to deal damage, and there we go. I'm going to toss my fireball at it. So we're going to try to get in some extra damage on the Golem and help him out here, for anyone who might not have seen this before. So notice he's going to take some damage, but not as much as he might otherwise have taken. Oh, and it looks like Varus, did he use his Ghost there by accident? Did he take Ghost on Olaf? Yeah, I think he accidentally took his Ghost there while he was smiting, but oh well. Anyway, on Brand, there are basically two different ways that you can try to play Brand. What am I saying? Bland. Two different ways that you can try to play this character. All of his skills have an initial effect and then a secondary effect if his target is already ignited based on his passive, based on his Blaze passive. So there's two ways that you can play this character. One is you can try to level up his E skill first, this skill called Conflagration. This is only one of his skills that auto hits. That is, you just click on the target and it's guaranteed to hit. So that's one way to play him. It's a more steady way of dealing damage, but it also deals less damage than if you go the other way, and it's not the way that I'm going to be playing him in this game. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be focusing on leveling up Brand's Q skill first, his Seer ability. The reason why I do this is it deals more damage than if you focus on his E ability, and it also allows you to harass better. But the downside is it's less guaranteed damage than if you go the E route first, because his Q Seer is a skill shot, as you'll see. Anyway, the other reason why I go for it is it deals more damage. It also is what makes Brand unique. If you level up his E skill first, his conflagration, he plays a lot like Annie if you do that, or like a lot of other casters. By leveling up his Q skill is what makes Brand unique, what makes him different than a lot of other casters, and I think it's his most fun skill to use. So that's the reason why I go that route. But it does require you to hit skill shots if you're going to play that way. Anyway, so let me talk about the actual skills themselves. You can see Seer is his Q skill. It's a skill shot. You point in a direction and he shoots a fireball. Like there he goes, right there. You see that was his Seer skill. So you point in a direction, it's a skill shot, you fire and you hit someone. A couple of things that it has going for it. Very low mana cost, only 50 mana, and that does not go up as you put more skill points in it. So it's a very cheap skill to use. Also has a pretty low cooldown. You can see it starts at about 7 or 8 seconds, and then it goes down as you put more points in it, so low cooldown, and it deals pretty good damage. Furthermore, if the target's already ablaze, when you hit them with Seer, it stuns the target for 2 seconds. Here it is. So that's what you want to try to do. So great for harassment. It has good range, deals good damage. So if you can hit people with it, if you can hit people with the skill shot, like right here, I'm going to hit him with Seer. There's the stun, and I'm going to follow it with the rest of the combo. So look how much damage I got off there. Pretty good for, did about half of a Dramalek's life there just in that one combo. So anyway, I give first priority to leveling up Seer. The other way to go is to level up his E skill. As I said before, conflagration will set people ablaze. It's not a skill shot, you just click and hit, but it does the least damage of his skills. Anyway, now here Varus is coming into gank, so first I'm going to set him ablaze with conflagration, then I'm going to hit on the stun with Seer, and together with Varus we're going to get that kill on a Dramalek's Galio, and we're going to take the first blood. So what I did there was I flashed in initially. If you saw there, I used my flash to make sure that I'd get off the stun. I flashed in, I lit a Dramalek's Galio on fire with conflagration, so I got the ignite. Then I followed that up with a Seer in order to stun, and then as soon as he was stunned, I followed that up with the E skill, or excuse me, the W skill on Brand. His Pillar of Flame, there it is right there. This is an area of effect skill. Anyone that stands in the Pillar of Flame takes damage. And the bonus effect, if they're already ignited, is you can see units that are ablaze take 25 extra damage from Pillar of Flame. So Pillar of Flame deals the most damage out of Brand skills if they are already ignited. If the target's already ignited, because it gets that 25% bonus, deals the most damage. So usually the basic combo for Brand that you want to do if you're playing as him is first set them on fire with conflagration, his E skill, and that's why I put 1 point in that skill. And by the way, a nice gank there. You can see Varus and Ixlith were able to get a kill in middle lane. Anyway, so for Brand, generally speaking, you want to light them on fire first with conflagration, then hit them with your Seer, with your Q, and again, that's the skill shot, so that's the hard part. And then once they're stunned, you can follow it with Pillar of Flame. Once they're stunned, they can't move, so it's easier to hit them with the Pillar, the area of effect damage, and since they're already ignited, they'll take that extra 25% damage. So that's the basic combo, E, then Q, then W. That's basically the way you want to do it. You can also go in other directions first. I mean, if you can hit on your area of effect Pillar, you can start with that too. You could start with your Pillar and then go into Seer, which would stun, and then follow that up with your E skill, your conflagration. Not as useful though. You can see if the target's already ablaze, conflagration spreads to nearby enemies. That's not that useful, so generally starting with E is usually the way to go. That's why I like to put the 1 point in E and then follow that up with maxing Q and W, but again, you can max E first. It's not the worst way to play him. I mean, maybe as we spend more time with this character, the online community will realize that we should be maxing E first. The one thing that you can do in order to defend against Brand is because his Q is a skill shot, if you stand behind the minions, it's much harder to hit. So like right there, I missed Dramalek there, so I didn't actually do that much damage. But again, because his Q's on such a short cooldown, it takes such little mana, I like leveling that up first, but again, you can do it different ways. Then finally, just to finish up with this skilling discussion, Brand's ultimate is called Pyroclasm. You can see he unleashes a Torrent of Fire, deals very, very good damage, and it can bounce up to 5 targets. His ult doesn't deal that much damage in a one-on-one situation in and of itself. You really need to get the bounce in order to do high damage. Otherwise, it's kind of a weakish ultimate, but if you can get it off in the middle of a team fight, it can really deal a lot of damage. Like if it hits everybody on their team, if it starts bouncing around. Oh, right there, I'm going to get off most of my combo. I'm going to ignite, I'm going to hit on the Seer Q, and then follow that with Pillar of Flame, and you can see that did really good damage there. And so both Adremalek and myself are going to drink a health potion there in order to try to heal that up. You can see I'm trying to zone him back from the minions. Like, if you've noticed here, I'm trying to keep him back away from the minions. So, like, right there, just getting in harass. I'm making it so he can't come forward to farm these minions, or at least make it very difficult to do so. Unfortunately, there I get hit by both Galio nukes and take some extra damage. But anyway, been pretty successful here so far. There's the ignite, miss on the seer though, so I missed my stun there, and unfortunately I also missed on the pillar of flame, so that wasn't too good. But tower is eating a lot of these minions. Anyway, elsewhere you can see Varus is roaming the jungle. We're trying to set up for a kill on Adremalek here because he is at about half health if we can get around the tower. Ixlith picking up a kill in middle lane, so nicely done there. So here we're going to try to go in on this. So there's the ignite. Now I just need to hit on a stun, and there we go. I hit on the stun. There's my pillar. There's my ultimate, and I'm going to flash out before the tower can kill me, and Varus is going to finish him off there. So I think that was pretty well done overall. If you noticed, I was able to get the initial ignite with conflagration, then got the stun, then followed that up with my pillar, dropped my ultimate, and then flashed out before the tower could kill me, and Varus finished him off. Unfortunately, while that was going on, our bottom lane was getting killed as their jungler, their Warwick player, quickly came down to bottom lane and was able to get a kill on let's see, Cynical Brit, and I think they just killed Marcones too, so they got a double kill on our bottom lane. So the other team was doing a nice job too while we were busy up here. The reason why I'm trying to focus on top lane a little bit more is just because I'm playing Brand. Remember, the health bars always get a little screwy when you're looking at other parts of the screen on the replay. Here comes quickly to Warwick, so he's going after Varus here. So these are the two junglers, Olaf and Warwick. Varus has the leveling advantage, but he is at half health, so I'm coming in here. I'm going to try to help this out, so I need to try to get my ignite off. There's the ignite now. If I can hit on my stun here, you can see I hit the pillar, but apparently I didn't get the stun off. I must have missed that, but together with myself and Varus, we're able to get in enough damage. And right there, did you see that? My seer hit that minion. Otherwise, we could have gotten a stun off on Adremalek. I don't know if that would have been a kill, but would have been a lot better than hitting that minion, that's for sure. So another misplay there. So that wasn't so great. Varus has gotten all 3 of the kills. I got 3 assists. So that's kind of interesting. And now we're in a situation where we can try to dive after this Galio player again. There's the ignite, and just barely missing on that seer. And then I'm going to miss on the Pillar of Flame. And so you can see I hit with my ult. He goes down to 200 health. If I had hit on my seer, that would have been a kill right there. Because I would have been able to get in an auto attack as well as the pillar and my ultimate. So that really probably should have been a kill. I should have been able to hit on my Q there. If I had hit on my Q, would have been a kill. So that was a missed opportunity for sure there. About all I can say is need more practice with Brand. But like right there, I'm going to use my Q to get off a fireball on Quickly's Warwick. And there's the Pillar of Flame. And there's another fireball. Missed that one. But you can see we did pretty good harass here. And now Adremalek's coming forward, and here we go. I am going to get credit for that kill. I think that was actually my passive, dealing damage there. Now Brit's going to ult into this fight, doing a really nice job. Can we get this Warwick? No, not quite. So nice job by Cynical Brit to ult in there into the fight. I don't know if we would have died, but much better safe than sorry as always. And now here, we should just probably finish off this tower, but I really wanted to try to kill Quickly's Warwick, and he was doing a good job of staying behind the minions, so I couldn't use my Seer on him. And also right there, getting in the Hungering Strike to life steal a little bit more health back. You can see he's all out of mana, so we should probably be able to dive him at this tower if we do it correctly, but not sure. But if I remember this, we weren't able to do it correctly. See, there's the missed skill shot, miss on the Seer. Then I auto attacked once, and so the tower focused on me. I am going to hit on that Seer, but at this point, Quickly's just going to wisely back away, and so we're not going to be able to dive for that kill. So not too well done there. We did get the tower, but I feel like we should have been able to do more there. I feel like we probably should have been able to get that kill. And anyway, I'll go back to farming now. Because there's been so much fighting, my farming is actually pretty poor. You can see only at 56 minion kills at the 12-minute mark. That's low, but the reason for that is because we've been doing a lot of fighting up here, so there is sort of an excuse for that. And now that I'm almost out of mana and a little low on health, I am going to go back to buy. On my first purchase, I started with a Meki Pendant and 2 health pots. I'm not sure if that's the right starting item for Brand. As I said, second game I played in, the first game I played in, second game against humans anyway, I don't think bot games really count that much. My first game, I started with a Sapphire Crystal and 2 health pots. This game, and then I built that into a Catalyst. This game, I started with a Meki Pendant and then built it into a Tear the Goddess. I'm still trying to figure out what the right starting items are on this guy. I'm not sure if I prefer the Tear opening over the Catalyst opening or not. Brand doesn't seem to need that much mana, so he probably doesn't need a Tear, but in any case, I wanted to try different openings, so that's why I did that there. I picked up a Blasting Wand on my previous trip back. This trip back, I picked up Sorcerer's Shoes. I was looking at their team lineup, and they didn't have that much crowd control. I mean, they had some, but they didn't really have a lot of stuns. They had more slows than stuns, I felt. Anyway, there, I'm going to hit on my Seer Q. You can see getting off some pretty good harass on a Jamalek, and there I'm just going to back him off away so that I can go back to farming here. So that was pretty well done. Meanwhile, Varus is continuing to gank other lanes. You can see, where is he? He just got another kill over here somewhere, so he was able to get a kill here. Now they're coming for him. I'm just farming in top lane right now, not all that much going on over here. So anyway, Varus looks like he's going to back out away from the tower. Here comes Teemo, here comes Hallowed Frost Xinjiao. I'm not sure if they're going to engage on Remedy's Teemo or not. We do have a 3-on-3 down here. This is where I wasn't watching while I was playing the game, so I'm not exactly sure what happens here. Looks like it might be an unconclusive engage there. Anyway, I'm still farming up here in top lane. Here, I was going in on a Jamalek. I was trying to fight after him. You can see I actually used my flash a second earlier, but I missed on my Seer. I missed on my Q. And now I'm going to ghost after him, trying to catch up to him. But with him also ghosting, you can see I can hit the Ignite, but it's really too late to get him before he goes back to the tower. So that was a real waste of a ghost and not a good decision. Anyway, Ixlith in middle lane has already pushed down that tower. Nice job there. So anyway, now here I'm going to try to engage on a Jamalek. You can see I was able to hit on that Q, that skill shot, but now the tower's focusing on me. So here I'm going to ult him, and that's not going to be enough, and I'm about to die, but look at this, Brit getting off the great Shen ult. You can see, here we go, going to go after Bagarazi's Mundo. He's popped his ult, he's trying to cleaver me. There's the stun, and together we're going to finish him off. So really, that was a dumb play on my part. I really shouldn't have been able to get away with that. Bagarazi's Mundo should have killed me there, but Brit coming in, getting the awesome ultimate with Stand Together, getting off the taunt, enabling me to save him, and from that point I was able to get the Ignite with Pillar of Flame, get that into a stun with Seer, and then together we were able to finish that off. But that doesn't excuse the fact that it was a bad play on my part. I shouldn't have been diving that far behind the tower. It was a stupid place to be. That should have cost me. I shouldn't have been able to get away with that. Just the fact that Shen is such a great champ is what allowed us to get away with that. So we've often sort of kidded Cynical Brit because he has had some really bad Shen ults at various points in time when we've been playing, but that particular Shen ult was just awesomely done. So very nicely done there, Brit. And you definitely saved my bacon on that particular attempt. So anyway, I picked up the assist. Cynical Brit got the kill. I didn't get the kill on a Dramalek Scalio. You can see he's 0-3, but that was from earlier. He actually played that pretty well in that last fight, just backing off, letting me dive the tower. Anyway, so after that, you'll notice I went back here to top lane. And this is the sort of play that I generally tell people not to play when I'm watching games. You can see I'm in a really unsafe position. Look how far away I am from the closest tower. I should not be here. I'm trying to farm, but I should be farming somewhere else on the map. Should not be here. No summoners, no ghosts, no flash. So here we go. There are Warwick and Galio players quickly in a Dramalek going to come in on me. I could get away from this if I had Ghost and Flash, but I don't have Ghost and Flash. So they're going to double ult me, Warwick ult into a Galio ult, and they're going to finish me off. And that was a really bad death. So as I said, I tell people not to do this stuff, and then I'm guilty of it myself. This is not a safe place to be farming. Shouldn't have been there, so I handed away a kill to the other team. Really bad play. So if you're watching this, guys, definitely don't do this. If you're going to be farming, make sure you're farming in a safe place. Because now I started to give away, like we've built up a big advantage early on, and now I'm just giving that away in silly fashion. Anyway, Varus and Ixlith are going after Teemo Remedies here. I don't know if they're going to catch him. Varus looks like he's missed that axe there. Now Quixley is coming in. There's Warwick. Pretty good engage here back and forth. You can see it looks like they're focusing on Varus. Varus is getting very low. And there he is. He goes down. But Ixlith is going to be able to get the kill on Warwick. And can he finish off Remedies? Yes. Looks like his bouncing blade as Sivir is going to get him. So 2 for 1 there. Varus goes down, but he allows Ixlith, our Sivir player, to score a double kill. And Ixlith is getting really farmed at this point from sitting in middle lane and just farming throughout the game. So that bodes really well for us, having a farmed Sivir. Always a good sign. Alright, anyway, there you could see another reason why that death of mine was such a bad play is it allowed a Drumelech to not only farm, but then push all the way to my tower and get in some good damage. Totally needlessly. I mean, I'm probably stronger than him one-on-one, so not a good play. Anyway, there I am going to get my combo off. You can see I was able to hit on the Seer skill shot, and he's actually going to ghost away there, which is pretty good because I had no intention of ghosting after him, so that was pretty nice, being able to get a ghost down without really having to do that much. But anyway, won that little engagement. It does help that I have all this magic penetration from the Sorcerer's Shoes. You can see I have 29 spell penetration and 15% from offensive tree in Masteries. Anyway, over here, they are trying to go after Dragon or something like that. Brit is going to ult in here to try to save Mark Owens, but not able to do so, unfortunately. However, it looks like everybody's congregating on Bagarazi's Mundo. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get away from this. Probably shouldn't have tried to run that way, and Varus is going to finish him off. Anyway, I was considering coming down, but when I saw that they had the situation under control, I decided that I'd just stay up here and keep farming for the moment. Quixley, you can see, is mid here, and so I'm going to come down now that I've pushed this minion wave up to tower. I'm going to come down here to middle lane, and I'm going to try to assist to help Ixlith push this back. And elsewhere, you can see we're just pushing back lanes and getting ready, I believe, to go and make an attempt at Dragon. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do. So anyway, looks like Ixlith has this under control. Looks like he doesn't have any problems here. So I was going over here to try to do race, and look what I find here. I find Quixley's Warwick. So right there, I'm going to get off the stun. There's the pillar into my ultimate, and I just need to hit one more skill shot to finish him off, and there we go. I am going to hit on the skill shot there with my Q. A really fun way to kill somebody in this game, by the way. Alright, anyway, here you can see I used Ghost and Flash, probably a little excessive. I wanted to make sure I didn't get Galio ulted, but here they come again. Here comes Remedy, here comes the Drumelech. He's going to get off the Galio ult, but not really that big of a problem. Ixlith's going to get the kill there, and now I just need to fire off a Q Blast, and there we go. Going to kill Remedies with my Seer there. So, as I said at the beginning of the video, I made some nice plays, made some bad plays in this game. That was one of the better plays there. Both of those kills that I got were skill shots with Seer, and if I missed them, I wouldn't have gotten those kills. So that was pretty well done, and at this point in time, I was feeling kind of good about myself. I was like, hey, yeah, I really did that last fight great. You know, feeling pretty good about my brand here at this point in time. So anyway, was farming up minions. You can see I've got the word here, and there goes Bagarazi. I missed him. I didn't see that. He was only briefly visible, so here he goes. He's coming after me. You can see he's tossing those cleavers. Again, if I had Ghost or Flash, I was pretty sure I could escape this, but I don't have Ghost and Flash up. I used him in the last fight. That cleaver's going to slow me, and he's going to finish me off there. So well played by Bagarazi. If you noticed, he managed to avoid my ward. He only just briefly had visibility as he passed through there, and he just cut me down with cleavers. That was one place where I did wish I had Merc Treads instead of the Cirque Shoes, but overall, I mean, this was a relatively safe place, not the safest place in the world. The biggest problem, I think, was that I tried to run this way. If I had tried to run this way instead, if I had run back to my tower instead of doing this loop around like this, trying to loop around like that, I think I might have been able to get away. Not 100% sure, but maybe. So, oh well, that was a mistake by me, not a good play. So, even though I made a good play over here, then I go and throw it away with another silly play. So, not too good there, guys, not too good. Anyway, on that trip back to base, I picked up needlessly large rods. You can see I'm doing what my core build here is Tear of the Goddess along with boots, and then right into Death Cap after that. And then after finishing Death Cap, I'll go and turn my Tear of the Goddess into an Archangel Staff. So that's the build there. A pretty standard caster build. Again, I don't know if that's the best build or the right build to be doing on brand, but I'm still experimenting with it, still trying to figure out stuff. One thing I will say about Brand is farming with this Q is really fun. For some reason, it's just more fun to kill things with a skill shot Q than opposed to a like auto hit Q, like Annie's Disintegrate. For some reason, it's just more fun when you actually aim the Fireball Blast yourself. So anyway, I know that that's kind of a trivial point, but for whatever reason, I really do enjoy playing Brand. I mean, I'm not particularly good with him yet, but it sure is fun playing as him, I will say that. You know, for stuff like this, like when the tower is going to shoot this minion, you just blast it with a fireball. Anyway, I knew a Drumelech was here. I thought I would check the brush here. That I decided, you know what, before I push up, let's check to make sure nobody's here ready to gank me. And indeed, there's Bagarazi. So, unfortunately, my Ghost and Flash are not quite up, and so here they go. They're going to come after me. Right here, I'm going to Ignite, and then I'm going to turn that into my ultimate. Let's see. Right here, I'm going to ult them at the tower, so that's going to finish off Bagarazi. Now, Drumelech is chasing me around the tower. There's the Ignite, and he's actually going to get finished off by the tower, so I'm going to score a double kill there as the two of them dive me at tower. So, that worked. So, yeah, that worked out well. I was just able to run in circles around the tower as it shot at Adremalech before he was able to finish me off. So pretty happy about how that turned out. I don't think that I actually did anything all that great in that fight. I just managed to dodge their skill shots when I was on like one hit, and I just used my full combo: Ignite, Stun, Pillar of Flame into Ultimate, and just was able to do enough damage to burst them down. So that worked out really well. I mean, I'd like to say that I managed that fight awesomely, but I think that that was luck as much as anything that I was able to avoid that. So anyway, was able to score a double kill there, so up to 525, pretty good thus far. And with that extra gold, I was able to turn that into a death cap, and you can see now I'm up to 265 ability power. Oh, and I was able to pick up another blasting wand too, so now I just need 1,000 more gold, and I'll have an Archangel staff, and I'll be in pretty good shape. So anytime that you can get to 265 ability power at the 23-minute mark, you're in pretty good shape going forward. And Brand's abilities, not the greatest AP ratios in the world. They're all around 0.6. I think that some of them are 0.6, other ones are 0.65. So he doesn't have the greatest AP ratios, but his ultimate, if it starts bouncing, you can see it does 250, then plus 133. If that hits a whole bunch of people as it bounces around, it will do really good damage. So anyway, our team trying to figure out where to go next. We're in a little bit of a dangerous spot because we don't have visibility on anyone on their team right now, and you always have to be careful when that's the case. So anyway, I just decided, I think I was going up to go back to farming top. Apparently I haven't learned my lesson, even going to continue farming even though this position's not that safe. But there really isn't all that much for us to do. I mean, Dragon is down right now. We're sort of waiting for buffs to spawn, for new objectives to appear. You can see we got all the initial towers. So anyway, I'm going to go up here. Now I am safer than I was before because Varus and Ixlith are down here in the jungle. So that means it's much harder for people on the enemy team to come and cut me off. Instead, we're going to try to go after Adremalech here. We're going to try to cut him off here. So there's the Ignite, and there I'm going to hit on the pillar. I'm trying to get my stun off. Totally missed the stun. There's the ultimate there. There's an exhaust coming in here, but Ixlith is going to come in, cut him off, and together we're going to get that kill. Didn't manage that fight all that well. I missed my stun, missed my skill shot there, so not too great. Here, I was trying to get in my stun, but again missed. Now right there, Quixley's going to ult me on the tower. In there coming. We're able to get off a pretty good pillar there. Was able to do some good damage to Bagarazi's Mundo. So we are going to be able to get a kill on Quixlith. I don't know if we got it. Okay, so we were able to get. Oh, we were able to get Bagarazi's Mundo too. Okay, I missed that. So we were able to score 2 more kills after that initial one. Varus is life-stealing here for a little extra health, and here's Remedies now, so we're going to try to catch him. We just need 1 taunt, and oh, unfortunately Brit misses. If he lands that taunt, we probably get the kill, but unfortunately he did miss the Shen taunt. So right there, unfortunately, I'm going to miss my fireball. Would not have stunned because he was not ignited, but would have gotten in some good damage. There, I was aiming for Remedy's Teemo. I actually hit Adremalech's Galio instead, which is a little funny. And at this point, we're going to back out because diving into that tower, not the smart play. And in bottom lane, Hallowfrost is going to get a kill on Mark Owens. Sorry I missed that, Hallowfrost. Sorry I missed that fight, but we were pushing in top lane, so wasn't able to get that. Yeah, in terms of that play here at the tower, one thing that you often see is people, when you're ahead, you don't want to make overly aggressive plays. Like we're ahead in this game, obviously, we're ahead 21-9. Maybe we can get this tower, but at the same time, if we all dive the tower and, you know, 2 or 3 of us die and we don't get anyone on the other team, then all of a sudden we've handed them kills and they're back in the game again. So when you're ahead, usually it makes more sense just to make more conservative plays. You know, we had a great push. We got this tower. We got a couple kills. You know, after you get that nice push, then just back out, go heal, and get ready to push again. You know, you can throw away games by being overly aggressive. Anyway, in comes the enemy team. You can see they're going to ult on me. Quixley's going to ult me, but I'm going to flash out of it. So that's a pretty decent escape here. That is going to give us time to get that dragon. So you can see Varus and Cynical Brit were able to get that. So now we're kind of split up here. They're chasing Brit and Varus Nox. Nice Galio ult there to trap the 2 of them, but they're still going to be able to get away. You can see Ixlith is coming down. I'm coming down here. So I'm going to engage. I'm going to throw down my pillar. I'm going to throw in my ultimate, and it's going to bounce quite a few times, doing a lot of damage there. Now I'm going to Ghost to try to help chase down the Adremalech here. Let's see. Right now, Hallowed Frost is focusing on me, so I'm going to try to escape. And I was doing some damage in that fight. I could have played that better. But in any case, even though I'm on 1 hit, I'm going to try to get in a Seer Fireball Blast there on Quixley. But it turns out the rest of the team's going to get in. So overall, okay fight there. I mean, not great. I could have played that better. I could have done more damage there, but I did manage to flash out when they all came after me. I was able to flash out of that Warwick ult, and I was able to get off my ult, my Pyroclasm ult, and that did a lot of damage. I mean, I was able to get the full 5 bounces off between the enemy team, so let's see, 350 plus 174, that's about a little over 500 damage. I mean, 500 damage bouncing 5 times. I mean, yeah, you can see that's going to do a lot of damage to the enemy team. I mean, after you account for resistances, it'll be less, but still going to do a lot of damage there. So anyway, we're going to use that victory in that team fight to push down this tower. It's a shame that the fight happened over here. If that team fight had happened, like, say, here, then we could have gone and done Baron, but because we were so far away, we couldn't really Baron off that. So we're going to take the more conservative play. We're going to get the 1 tower and just, again, try to get a little bit further ahead, not try to press our advantage too much by doing crazy risky stuff. So anyway, I wanted to get Catalyst next. I wanted to build Banshee's Veil as my next item, so picked up the Ruby Crystal, and next I'm going to try to either finish off the, what is it, the Null Magic Mantle? No, it's the other one, the Negatron Cloak. I wanted that because you can see my magic resist is very, very low right now. You can see 30 magic resist doesn't really cut it. So I've already got a lot of ability power. I'm going to go for a defensive item next to try to help me stay alive longer. I noticed that I was melting pretty fast in that last team fight, even though I have a huge leveling advantage. You can see I'm 17, and most of their team, yeah, 14, 14, 13, 12. If I was still taking that much damage, then I probably needed to build a little bit more health and a little bit more resistances. So anyway, that's the idea there. Okay, anyway, right here, we're looking to push back lanes a little bit more. You can see I picked up the blue buff a minute ago, so now I'll have the extra mana regen and cooldown reduction. Don't really need the mana regen, but cooldown reduction is nice because I haven't built any. So anyway, there's 4 here. We have 4 here, so 5 here now with Ixlith. So we're looking to engage in the team fight. I'm going to try to use my Seer, my W, or what, not my W, my Q, in order to get in some harass. Unfortunately, I fired off a blast right before I walked into Teemo, otherwise I could have stunned him. So anyway, here we're looking to engage. It feels like the next team fight's going to be over Baron. Whoever wins this next fight is probably going to get Baron, but if we can engage them outside of our tower, that's a pretty good fight for us. So anyway, here we go. We're going to try to engage here. I'm a little bit out of position. I'm trying to get in here. Warwick's going to ult me, and then Vagarazi's going to go on me as well. So I'm just going to have time to do nothing more than get off a pillar and my ultimate, but fortunately that's going to do enough damage and the rest of our team is just going to clean up here. So we're in really good shape. You can see Ixlith is going to score. Ixlith scored a triple kill, so you can see he's having a great game, 809. He's way out in front. That's going to be enough to score an ace. So while I was a little disappointed that I died, I did get off my skills, and in a team fight like that, that's sort of the key thing. You want to make sure you get your skills off. I was able to get off my pillar. I was able to get off my ultimate. And although I wasn't able to survive, which would have been nice, I was able to still do a lot of damage in that fight. And while they were focusing me, Ixlith was apparently being ignored, and you can't really ignore a Sivir with Infinity Edge Bloodthirster, and he just tore up the enemy team. So well done there, rest of the team. Wish I could have been with you a little bit more, but you guys were able to clean up, so well done there. Anyway, using the Baron Gold, I picked up Sapphire Crystal and the Negatron Cloak, so now my resistances look a little bit better, and I'll build that into Banshee's Veil as soon as I get more gold. The rest of the team is going to push mid. I'm going to go bottom and start pushing this. I don't know if they're going to be able to push into the base or not. They do have Baron buff, but it's still a little bit risky. Probably the main thing they need to do is have Ixlith Sivir poke at the tower a little bit. That's probably the safest play here. Meanwhile, I was going to push this bottom lane, give another entry into the base. You can see minions are pushing top lane. That's going to help too. So it looks like we're going to go for... Looks like we were going to go for bottom lane next, or try to set up a trap for them maybe at their blue, something along those lines, maybe push into their base here. So we would, at this point in time, we would have been going for something, but there's the surrender route. You can see they're going to give up there, and so the game's just going to end here. And I do think that was a fair surrender because you could see we were far ahead and we were getting further ahead. So no qualms about that surrender. 30-10 and up several dragons and a Baron is a pretty large margin. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Look at the stats. Sorry about not getting an end of game screenshot. I actually was playing all these games on the Tuesday night game night, and I just didn't think to take a screenshot, so I'm going to have to use the one in game, and it never comes out quite as good. As far as this Brand game, I mean, I think it was okay given that I haven't played Brand very much. As I said at the beginning, I made some really nice plays from time to time. I made some really dumb plays from time to time. I mean, 6-3-10, as far as KDA ratio, kills death assist ratio, I mean, it's certainly not bad, but I felt at times like I had just made some really silly plays at times, and I felt like this could have been a much better game. So overall, okay. I mean, not great, but okay. As far as who really carried our team, it was really the combination of Varus and Ixlith. I thought that Varus set us up to win both of our lanes. If you noticed, he had the multiple early ganks in my lane, that is coming out of the jungle and then helping us to get kills on a Dromolex Galio. That really helped me win the lane. It helped me get ahead early and then help that snowball into a win. And he did the same thing in Ixlith's lane, Ixlith's Sivir against Remedy's Teemo. I didn't really capture that on the video too much, but Varus came and ganked mid several times. I saw it at least once. I think he came another 1 or 2 times, and that was really helpful in allowing Ixlith to get ahead early. And then you can see what a farmed Sivir will do. Infinity Edge Bloodthirster, 217 minion kills. I mean, Ixlith was a monster by the end of the game, but that was set up by Varus helping him get those kills early on. And so, you know, poor Remedies just couldn't do that much because he got killed 2v1 at 1 or 2 points in time during the game. As far as the rest of the team, Cynical Brit made some mistakes in bottom lane at time, but also had some very nice Shen ults. Save people had the one example that I was able to catch on video here, where it just saved my life when I made a really dumb, overly aggressive tower dive play, and then allowed us to get a kill on Bagarazi's Mundo. So really well done there. Still some progress yet to do. I mean, that farming could be a little bit stronger, but definitely getting better at playing Shen. And then finally, Mark owns the 3-3-3. It indicates not really that many assists. Probably could have been with the team a little bit better. And I'm not sure about Summoner Heal on Pantheon. But anyway, thanks for joining us, and it was nice to have you on the team. As far as the other team goes, I mean, not bad plays necessarily, just falling behind early on. I thought that Bagarazi, his Mundo, was really tough to deal with a lot of the time. You saw how he was able to kill me. I thought that the solo lanes just kind of got behind early, and from there, it was just tough to catch up. Just fell a little bit too far behind. So anyway, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to get a Brand game up because I know he's still relatively new and we're still trying to figure him out. So hopefully I'll be able to play more Brand. I love the casters in this game. They and the supports are my favorite type of champions to play. So you'll probably see me playing more Brand from time to time. Anyway, until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again later. So take care.